To learn to read is to light a fire. Every syllable that is spelled is a spark. A very good day to my honorable judges, beloved teachers, and fellow participants. I'm MAAITHRRHEYEE AZAHGHESUN from 4 Science 1, and it is truly an honor to represent my school for this book review competition. Dear attendees, reading is indeed the best source of knowledge and information. Reading fictional stories will take us to a whole new world, improving our imagination and creativity. On this pleasant day, I am going to share my top 5 books and also give a review on my most favorite book. Starting with One of Us is Lying, a mystery book by American author Karen M. McManus. Secondly, The Cruel Prince, a fantasy story by #1 New York Times bestselling author Holly Black. Thirdly, I've read The Great Gatsby by Francis Scott Fitzgerald. Moreover, I enjoy reading Shatter Me, a science fiction novel by Tahereh Mafi. Last but not least, the book that I enjoyed reading the most is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Ladies and gentlemen, this coming-of-age novel, written by American novelist Louisa May Alcott, was originally published in 2 volumes in 1868 and 1869 at the request of her publisher. The book that I own is the Oxford Wools Classics edition, printed on 11 December 2008 and consists 489 pages in total. The story is set in the 1860s during the Civil War and is loosely based on Louisa's own childhood. Louisa May Alcott was born on 29 November 1832 in Pennsylvania, United States. She started writing books such as Flower Fables, Modern Cinderella, Hospital Sketches, and many more books to support her family as they were living in poverty. Louisa has a very distinctive writing style that includes complex but understandable sentences. Little Women includes allusion, characterization, sentiment that makes the book easily readable for the younger audiences. The reason why I chose to give a review on Little Women is because the story talks about the speciality of sisterly bond, and as an aspiring writer myself, I feel that the character portrayed through Jo March, the protagonist, is relatable to me. The story follows of the 4 lives of the March sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy, as they make the transition to womanhood and struggle to conform to society's strict ideals of femininity in the midst of poverty. The girls struggle to keep their household running despite the fact that the family had recently lost their fortune. In the process, they become close friends with their wealthy neighbor, Theodore Lawrence, known as Laurie. As the girls grow older, each struggle with their own challenges. Jo, our beloved protagonist, must learn to be more ladylike while pursuing her ambition to become a great writer, as she turned down Laurie, who had strong feelings for her. Meg, the older sister, must learn to put aside her love for wealth and luxury in order to follow her heart and marry John Brooke, Laurie's tutor. Beth, the shy one, has to conquer her bashfulness, while Amy, the younger sister, has to sacrifice her aristocratic pride. The girls are guided in their personal growth by their mother, Marmee, and by their religious beliefs. When Jo traveled to New York, she met a German expatriate, Professor Bayer, whose strong moral nature seemed to spark her interest. All the loose ends are tied up, as Joe and Professor Baya marry and start a boarding school for boys known as Plumfield, while Amy and Laurie marry and use the Lawrence family wealth to support struggling young artists. The novel ends with a birthday celebration for Marmee, celebrating the extended March family connections. Ladies and gentlemen, the main message of Little Women is that family is important and that we can overcome any tragedy or problem with the support of our family. There is also a message portrayed through the character of Jo March that women can be competent, successful, still be feminine, and have a happy family. The story also talks about female empowerment and the misogyny that women faced in the 19th century. It has taught me that women should not be chastised for living their lives one way or another. It puts into a perspective that women can be happy, independent, or in a relationship. By reading this book, I've learned that passion with persistence is the key. It's the perfect balance of compassion and persistence that makes Jo March successful. Also, I've learned that we should always love and put our families first. For instance, Jo March cuts off her own hair, erasing her femininity, in order to fulfill their stereotypically male role of providing money for the family. Therefore, Little Women has impressed me with its moral values. This is a well-told story that features humor, suspense, romance, and engaging characters, as well as lessons about the importance of hard work, honors, true love, and family unity. To sum up everything that I said, Little Women has taught me a lot about struggles of women between familial duty and personal growth. As I started to read this book, I felt truly inspired and empowered by the characters portrayed through Jo March and her sisters. I understood why, even after centuries, Little Women still remains as an unforgettable book in literature and a comfort book to men. I hope my review was useful. Thank you everyone for lending me your ears.